our country first. Country first before party. Country first before political ambition.
Move out my way.
No way we can ever support this guy to be in such an important role. And so if it takes speaking at a Democratic convention to beat him, to get my party back, to get my country back, then so be it. That's what I'm willing to do.
And that's because I love my country more than my party.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode, Jamaica Politics Uncovered Late Night. Thank you for joining. If this is your first time on this platform, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Silent listeners, welcome again. Big up on yourself. Thank you for joining. I hope that one day you will decide to step out of the shadows and come over here and call and, come join the discussion. We want to hear from everybody. We don't only want to hear from our regular people. We love the silent listeners. We're glad that you decided to stop by here, and we hope that you will participate sometime. No pressure, but think about it. Anyway, guys, as you can see in the topic here tonight, what really happened to the Archbishop who collapsed? There is a petition to be released on change.org against Peter Bunting, and there is an urgent situation down in South Manchester that I want to tell you about. So, buckle up, hit the like button as soon as you come in, and please share this content with somebody. So, let us see who is here so far. Miss Patricia, welcome back. Thank you for joining. Our moderator is here with the link. Guys, there are two ways to participate in the conversation over here. One, you can use that link in the comments to come up in the box here where everybody can hear you and you can talk with the audience, or you can call into the program at the number that's going across the bottom of your screen. The phone line is up tonight. And like I said, if you feel more comfortable just hitting the link here to come up in the box, that's fine too, whichever you choose. If you decide to come up here, you don't have to show your face. You can turn off your camera and we can hear you just fine. So, Wife Style, welcome back. I have missed the late night about 4 consecutive nights. My back's bad. I want to mark your absent, Wife Style. Oh gosh, man. You're going bad. 4 consecutive nights. I could have was so. Eh? Tell me, what is happening? Miss Sharon, welcome back. Thank you for joining. Miss Shay, you too. Where's Janelle tonight? I know this is a bit late for some people, but guys, I can't help it sometimes. Sometimes, my days are long too. Good night. Bless upon yourself. Michael, welcome back. We just want to say thanks tonight to everybody who always come over here and make a contribution to the discussion. And the people that decide to join the conversation. We don't always agree, but I like that we keep it civil and we keep it mature. That is good. So let us get started, guys. Please hit the like button. I'm going to get to this story in just a bit. May have quite a few things for sure, no? But you can't put everything in the caption because it is so short. So let me just take this off the screen, and then I'm going to play this video. You guys remember yesterday I said I was going to investigate this matter here and come back with the full context of the video. We saw the funeral of Miss Creary down in St. Mary. It wasn't only JLP support. There wasn't only JLP politicians there. PNP was there too, just not many of them. I think I saw maybe one PNP representative, which is quite embarrassing considering the person that Miss Norma Creary used to be or was. She actually received a national award recently from the Governor General. She was a dynamic woman. She has participated in everything as a community leader. At one point, she was an educator. At one point, she was in the Ministry of Health. At one point, she was an advocate for family planning. She was a justice of the peace. Her home hosted almost every dignitary in her lifetime in Jamaica. She was a national treasure. So I was quite surprised to see only Dr. Guy, who is one of the members of parliament down there in St. Mary. I didn't see any other PNP representatives. But the JLP had almost all their MPs and everybody there. Now, I am going to make a comment on the Archbishop Cunningham. But first, I want to bring you the full context of what was said. As you can see, I wish him a speedy recovery. Because, of course, over here we don't wish bad on people. We're mature adults, and that's the right thing to do. So, have a listen to some key points of what he actually said at the funeral.
Deep grief, there is great love. We are all grieving to different degrees. We will admit that we are also grieving for our nation, which seems to have lost its way socially, economically, ethically, and politically. We grieve as we observe and are affected by the consequence of crime and violence, the mass murders that are becoming fashionable, and our reputation as a scamming nation, and the perception that we are the murder capital of the world. So our grief today is multifaceted, because as we grieve for Norma, we are surrounded by many things that consume us in grief. We all know that we need someone to lead us and to protect us and to guide us. We are a lot like sheep, and sheep need shepherds. The world then and now looks for someone not just to lead, but to lead with integrity, end quote. In a world filled with people looking for saviors, knowing how to tell a hard hand from the real deal will save us a lot of heartache. It seems that most people aren't looking for a savior in the conventional evangelical sense, but we are looking for people who we think can make our lives better, for political saviors who promise to save us from our economic and social fears. Friends, the shepherd metaphor was not only used to describe the religious leaders, but the political leaders of the day. Up my mind. I want to be in heaven, says the MP. I'm sorry, but we have our rules. And with that, Peter escorts him to the elevator, and he goes down and down and down to hell. The doors open. He finds himself in the middle of a green golf course. In the distance is a clubhouse, and standing in front of it are all his friends and other politicians who had worked with him. Everyone is happy and in neat dresses. They run to greet him, shake his hand, and they reminisce about the good times they had getting rich at the expense of the people. They play a friendly game of golf, and then dine on lobster, caviar, and champagne. Also present is the devil. He's a very friendly and nice guy who has a good time dancing and telling jokes. They're all having such a good time that before he rises, it's time to go. Everyone gives him a hearty farewell and wave while the elevator rises. The elevator goes up, and the door reopens in heaven, where St. Peter's waiting for him. Now it's time to visit heaven. So 24 hours pass with the MP joining a group of...
I think we've heard enough of that because we saw it over here yesterday. Now, let me just say this, guys. The question that a lot of people are asking is, was the Archbishop talking about the Prime Minister or trying to attack the Prime Minister or trying to attack the government? When I listen to everything in its full context, I don't believe so. Remember, in a Jamaica, when the society looks imbalanced, when our foundation looks shaky, when our leaders can't manage, what them do? Them call upon the religious leaders them in the country. They want the religious leaders them to come talk to the nation and vocalize righteousness. So when I listen to everything in its full context, the Archbishop was simply saying, listen, we have some issues in our country, and as we're grieving for Sister Norma here, some of us, especially those of us who carry this burden, this moral burden, when things are so immoral, we feel it. It weighs heavy on us and our conscience. So I don't think he was trying to attack the Prime Minister or the government. In his role as Archbishop, I think he was just simply saying, listen, it's a mournful time, a mournful period, and these are some of the issues that we face as a nation. Being that Miss Norma was a nation builder. So, I don't really see him as an antagonist who deserved to collapse because he so-called attacked the Prime Minister. I am not going to jump on that wagon. I see some people attack it. The persons who took out the part of the video when he fell down, those persons did not post the full context because they wanted to look like the Archbishop was going after the Prime Minister and he deserved to fall down or collapse. Guys, you see over here, we are a mature audience over here, and though we may not agree on everything, when we see things like these happen, we're going to investigate it. We're not going to just jump on every wagon and come say, yes, him deserve. No, I don't agree with that. After listening to everything in its full context, I believe that he meant well in what he was saying. I don't know his medical status right now, or rather his health status, or what happened. I know that this gentleman here completed the ceremony. They took Archbishop Cunningham out of the church. I think maybe he went to the hospital. I don't know. But the service was completed by this gentleman here. Lifestyle, welcome and thank you so much for joining. So that's my stance, and I wish the Archbishop a speedy recovery. I am sure that he's probably gonna come out and talk about it at some later time, when he makes his full recovery. I'm glad that the people who were recording and streaming, they didn't show him vulnerable to us on the floor and them something there. Them block out the part there, so that is good. But we should not be offended when we hold our religious leaders to these standards. And let me just say this. The issues that he pointed out about the scamming and the crime and the unaliving of people with impunity, these things didn't just start happening when Andrew Holness came into government. So I couldn't, me not understand why some people that feel like say, him a target Andrew Holness. Him a talk to the whole of them, the whole of the leader them. Because I know 8 years ago them sitting there start happening in our country. I'm sure that with that I'm sure should not expect it to all be fixed in 8 years either. That doesn't give Andrew Holness a pass to say he must come in and not do anything, because he said that he had the answer to a lot of these issues. So the Archbishop was talking to the collective of leaders and leadership. Unfortunately, at Miss Norma's funeral, the PNP, as usual, dismissive. Them not at least this PNP leadership what me see come round here now. Them not really regard certain things and certain people in our society. Them have this nonchalant way about how they go about things. Them not respect traditions. Them not respect, a woman like Miss Nama. How could you as the opposition miss this woman's funeral? You don't miss something like this. Now, if the whole opposition entourage was there, what would we be saying? The Archbishop attacked to who? What would the man never had thrown a word pan the Andrew Holness? Me not see it so at all. I don't see it so. The man advised him concerns, and a lot of our concerns about the things happening in the country. Me not see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Miss Wifestyle, do you want to say something? Or you just a go on?
Yes. Good night, everybody. Are you
Good night.
hearing me clearly? I'm having some internet issues.
No, man, you're
But
fine.
okay, good. About this funeral thing and this bishop.
Mm,
Just like everybody else today, I saw the videos going around with that
mm,
the second part that you showed, but that first part that you showed, that's the first time I'm seeing it when you showed it, or
okay.
when you played it. That's the first time I was hearing that part
Mm-hmm.
that you were saying before you went into his joke. Actually, you see that part that they took out?
Yeah.
Anybody can Google it right now. Just type in politician dies joke, and
Uh-huh.
you see that entire thing that he was repeating, it comes up. That's something I've heard many, many times before. It's
Of
a
course,
joke that
you
I know. So
know.
when I heard it, I was like, oh, it's that joke, because it's something that I've heard many times. It's a politician joke, just like you have dad jokes and stuff.
Mm.
So he was merely trying to be funny.
Me
You
never
can
hear
go and
that.
you will see the exact story, Nat, the exact thing. It's a joke that people use all the time on politicians. Maybe it wasn't appropriate for the occasion. Even
Mm-hmm.
though politicians were there, you give that joke at a different occasion because it's a funeral now. Okay, you understand? So you don't
Mm-hmm.
be like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe he was a little too heavy in politics in there. Maybe.
Hmm.
But me not feel no way
Right.
about it. You understand me I say?
Me neither. And if I was going to say that he was throwing any shades,
Mm-hmm.
I would have put like that first part there instead of what they are putting out, the joke part.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, and some people got the joke. You could have heard when they chuckled, because the whole joke of it is when they come in and say, oh, yesterday was a campaign, today you voted.
Yes.
That's the whole joke of the thing. It's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've heard numerous times, especially when you go into settings where politicians are. People always use that joke to just mash them up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, I was like, so what is the whole thing about? If you're saying, because this is a joke he was trying to give, maybe the joke wasn't, not everybody are good tellers of jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for
So
true.
sometimes people
Mm-hmm.
give joke and one person give it and you get it, and another person gives the joke and you don't get it because not everybody is very good at being that kind of
Yeah.
comedian.
Of
He
course,
was
may I
just
see.
trying to make.
Mm-hmm. So what you think
Did
about
you
the
Google
other
it?
thing? No, now that you say it, me go Google it now.
Just
Me
Google
never
it right
know.
now. You see the entire story. The only thing that
That's
he did, like everybody else does, is when you're
mm-hmm.
telling a story, you kind of add a little thing and so on. So, like for example, instead of saying politician, he said MP, maybe to
Oh,
make it more something that to the people
oh.
who are around him, because mostly MPs are around him. But the whole story is politician. The whole joke, it's a politician thing.
Cause when me
So
see the Prime Minister beckon to Dr. Chang for go help him, me I say but him
yeah.
just become very offensive thing and oh the Prime Minister so forgiving so quick. You know me I say?
No, but
So
the prime minister might know that joke because it's a very
and
common
that me
joke.
just realize, say maybe him know the joke for true and never take no offense to it. Kind of look
Maybe he
like
knows that
the way
joke.
me see the way me see him rush Dr. Chang for go help the man. You know look
Eh?
like that don't look
It
like
was one of the
something offensive.
it's one of the most common politician jokes.
Me
Whenever
have to go look up
politicians
that
are
joke though.
gathered, people give that joke all the time.
Me have to look it up. Thank you for the
Too
You
much
know.
information.
people talking one time.
Good night, Miss Barbara.
Good night.
How are you? How are you, Miss Barbara?
Good night.
Yes, good night. So
I'm
you
fine.
want to weigh in on this thing, here, Miss Barbara, about the Archbishop and how them
Good night. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of made it too much. And then, if you listen to it, if you listen to it, he talking about the golf course, green, and going up in the elevator and having party and stuff. That didn't need to be in the funeral.
oh you think he was too heavy on the politics then?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was subtle. And yeah, he was coming off too much.
okay.
He
Yeah, some
needed to give a real good message of the saving grace of God because everybody in there needs something to take away.
yeah. Me understand the people them who are say boy, he was a little too heavy on it. But I don't think, I don't think he now that I heard everything in its full context. Me understand where I come from because even at prayer breakfast events, you hear these religious leaders come and them talk about the status of the country and whatever. Me understand say is a funeral and them something there. Miss Nama was such a dynamic woman. These are the things that she cared about the well-being of the nation. So maybe he felt it was okay to do that. You know what I mean? But so it go, yeah, man. Um, me not know if hold on. Let me take
It-
this one. I think somebody else might want to weigh in real quick and
yeah.
move on to the next topic. Hold on. Hello, good night. You're live.
Hello, good night.
Good night. Thank you for joining.
Yes. My take on this is that you do have pastors that have their choice of politicians,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
But he could be there, yes, and being a pimpy and talking. But then the message to me wasn't that damning that everybody have to come down hard on him. The thing is that You do not use the puppet as a joke. You understand? When you're up, you're doing God business, so you do God business and you come down. So that is a lesson to the rest of pastors. When you up on the altar, this is no joke up there. You understand? You leave the joke for somewhere else. But to be killing him, that he was at the prime minister never even shake. At one time, the prime minister was so much shaking his head slightly to like he was, enjoying what he was saying and agreeing. And that the last part of it all, he said, where would you be? Yesterday you were campaigning. Today. You understand? So he's asking her at the end, where would you be? What's the choice going to make? So, yes, God don't like ugly, but the devil was in the place. So the devil and whatever happened there, I'm going to lick him down. And then everything is going to look like, oh, wow, he was talking against the prime minister.
Too much people talking, Nats.
No, I think there's a delay, Miss Barbara, on your end. Sorry about that.
I don't think we should make too much out of it.
Yeah.
It's a lesson, pastor.
Okay.
You're on the pulpit, it is God's business. Do not take jokes up there. Do not carry anything like politics up there. You understand?
Yeah.
But I find it to not come down hard on him. I wouldn't. It's a lesson to be learned. But saying he was attacking the prime minister, he's not the prime minister one day as parliamentarian. All of them. All of them was. So he was talking in general. He did not point out the prime minister as a culprit. He was speaking in general that, listen, yesterday you're campaigning. Remember, only for them they're campaigning. But today, you make a choice. Right? So, I don't think we must come down hard. And I don't think Andrew Holness had anything against him. Because he was there sending him, man, listen, go get the man. Go look at the man. You understand?
Yeah.
And that shows that the prime minister has a heart. He has a sympathetic heart. He has something here. If you look at him, although if he was even speaking about it, he didn't want to see him die.
No, certainly not. No.
Right.
No.
So he was telling them, listen, go get him. Go look at him. You understand? But Jamaican people, we take things too far. And we take things too serious under the politics. And we must ease back some of the time. Because what we say sometimes will cause even more damage.
True, man.
To what is there. Right? So we must ease. Yes, a man was there joking. And that's not paid for it. But we must say, listen, learn from this and go on. Don't make it take it further. And then it causes a big thing on the ear. Although some of them is doing it already.
Yes, but I guess a lot of people never hear the joke like me. Because last night when I see it, I say, what kind of man this is when I come talk them something here. But when we go look at the whole thing now, I get to understand. I see you come now and say it's a political joke. I don't know, I have to go look it up.
And you know what? Why so much people is so serious about it? Because he emphasized on the green golf course.
Oh God!
Yeah, at this time,
human hero.
This is why I say we have to get rid of the color them, guys. We have to get rid of the color them and just use Jamaica color,
Can't we see beyond colors?
We have to start using Jamaica color. God no, because everybody just seeing a color all the time.
At this time, the nation is in a bad shape with all this.
Yes, and that is why you see when we come on a platform like this, we need to send a message out there. We need to just tone down the people.
So he should be speaking to that and trying to get people to come together and realize that
I think there's
You're
a
breaking.
I think there's a delay in Miss Barbara's connection.
Maybe our TV is on. But
Probably.
anyway,
Yeah.
we need to get past colors, and that is what is happening to Jamaica right now.
Okay.
But we are not seeing a better Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking at colors. Me a tired PMP, me a tired Labour, and not even if the PMP them a sink the country down, way down in the gully or in the sea, we prefer go down there with them.
May I tell
and if
you,
Labour rest burn it down, we prefer burn up with them.
Lord Jesus.
We need to get past these things.
Mm-hmm. Me not like the color them again. Me done with the color them, cause me see what them a do to the people. The colors them are
That's
blind.
what he should be speaking to.
We didn't hear that.
No, she's saying, Miss Barbara is saying that's what the pastor should be speaking to. Somebody needs to say it.
Well, and you know, it's unfortunate that he did the green thing. It's very unfortunate, and I think it's just the human part of him. And the truth, he wants to get across the truth and make it look sophisticated, so he did all sorts of wording, right? Because at times I give message on the altar, but what happened is that
You just need to come back and give us an apology or something when he's better.
You might forgot to talk about it when he come back.
Well, I don't see where an apology is needed. He needs to come and just clarify to the people that, listen, I wasn't being on one side. You understand? Because all now I don't see the one-sided thing. I am seeing that he was saying to everybody in general, when you do all things as competition, at the end, where would you end up being tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But because of his jokes, the devil bashed him, the devil used him, and God, as people say, God no love ugly. God said, listen.
But remember where the country is right now. Everybody's upset with what is going on. So, they're taking sides. And so they have to.
And you know, that is the ugly part of it. We are in bad shape, you know.
Yes, to bring people back to the middle.
We are in deep problem in Jamaica when we cannot see past politics, when we cannot see wrong and say it is wrong, when we cannot say, listen, this man is not good for the country, and we sing along and we swing with them and we enjoy it, and after we bear people love hardship.
Yes.
Hardship, you know. They love to sit down and bear things. And me not going to follow you. That's if I'm listening to your program every day and you're one way telling me, say, listen, go down the gully with me. And me, she say, I dead me, I go dead. You think me I follow you?
For sure, man.
Not going to follow you, darling.
Mr. The tribalism. The tribalism in the country, it make you see them a come down upon the man, you know. And honestly, me not think nothing for come down upon him. I see everything.
No, I think it needs to come and clarify to the country that, listen, I wasn't doing that, but you know, because of my drugs, maybe it wasn't the right place and whatever. Because the Prime Minister looked upset to me. At one time, his head nodded like he was looking up in the ceiling, like he was taking the message. What the man was saying. Where would you be tomorrow? You're campaigning today. If you don't do the right thing, what is going to happen tomorrow? Where your soul will be? But he did not say that. He put it in a joke.
Mm-hmm. I would encourage everybody who knows the sermon, go over the funeral page and to where he started talking, and you will hear the full context of what he said.
And all the churches on the island should be addressing the issue to bring people
Yes,
back to their senses.
For sure.
yes, because the churches need, not that the Bible do not talk about politics, because mark you, in Bible days, God sent kings. God was in the politics too. He sent kings in, and God loves to appoint his kings. Right? So we the people choose a wrong king, he make us suffer it. And him show we know the Bible because that happened with Saul. But we know as the church, in the church, must use the church for the right thing. To tell the people of the church, listen, don't go join the bangarang out there. Don't go out there and criticizing the prime minister wrongfully.
Yes.
You have to have concrete evidence.
So,
Don't do these things.
Mhm.
more want to ask a question though. Whether you jail
Yes.
PNP or no
Speak
P,
sense into the people.
whether you PNP, JLP or no P, which one are we?
Yeah.
Right here, so right now. Don't want to have the conversation about the EPA scamming, the EPA analyzing people. We don't want to have a conversation there.
Oh my God, like every day.
Everybody needs to be having the conversation.
It is so disturbing. It is.
Yeah, we can have the conversation and call it out. Call it out. But it shouldn't be at to the point where they're at people's throat.
We're not about the blame game, because both parties have presided over the country in a them kind of state here. We're tired now, So when me hear people talk about it, me not a problem. You know who me have a problem with? When the people them who said them did in a certain ministry and I do whatsoever, and when you look on it, them not have no record left to show how they contributed to the betterment of the country, and they want to come back now with them incompetence. And them people me have a problem with. But we should all want to have that conversation. I don't know why people are make it seem a way upon him, but look, guys, let's move on to the next topic because
when you look at what is happening with Eva Margolin, and knowing that he was a man that robbed the country of so much funds, why would the country want to put back a man like that into power? Don't you think God is grieving when all this happening? When you see a man that was in prison and the country give him reprieve and him come out and you want to put him in parliament, the highest place in the country that is supposed to be under God, and you want to put that man in the parliament. You have one that was convicted for 3 times and you want to use that one again. God is grieving. He's saying, what is happening to my people? Why is my people gone way below standard? And that is what we talk about at this time. Our young children are coming up, and this beast, which is the social media that comes to eat up our young people, is doing just that. They're using the social media to rob the children of their childhood. They're not concentrating because there are a whole lot of excitement on the social media. The one that call Andrew this, the one that say this, the one that do whatever. Oh my God, our country has lost its moral, and we need, as you have your platform, we need to get the young people to understand where we're coming from, and we're not to go back there.
The tribal war needs to stop.
And more we need to talk out on it. Me not like see all the politicians them a treat one another. That's the biggest turn off for me.
Man,
disgraceful and disgusting. I'm tired of it.
Yes.
All I'm seeing in the parliament too is who wants
Yes.
who. You know, they're at this young man. Give them a chance to finish.
Me grew up in the 50s when we used to have politics meeting. One set there courthouse, one set there market square. And nobody now fuss and fight and thump down nobody.
Right. It is so unfair that the rest of them get to finish their term. It's only Bruce Golding where you know say them they turn up the things on him. It's very unfortunate. But listen, when allow the man to do his term. If he's not doing well, let the people speak. Let the people.
You know, sister, gangsterism, them come with it.
Yes.
If no police never there Jamaica, them would have got drape up Andrew and take him out of the government and throw him outside. I saw them dirty people here. Look here, me say I dislike the people them say, man. Because what them are doing now is trying to cause more division in the country.
Yes.
Them I understand say
Yes.
one prime minister at a time.
Mm-hmm.
They come with all manner of evil to try and destroy this man.
Wait for the right time to come.
Right. You don't try to destroy people. At the same thing, them PMP make it down in a
It's just the entitlement.
Yes.
Too entitled.
So unfortunate that the PMP
what am I do out of order, man?
The PMP party, I see it as finished.
It sure as hell is.
Finished.
Mm-hmm.
Because it not have nothing named substance in it. Nothing.
But I don't know. Them no know say him mother prayers and eye water depend on.
Oh my God.
We can talk about the man politics, you know. Nothing wrong with that, you know, because I may not even agree with everything we him do. But when them are gonna try to destroy, you don't have to destroy other people to put up yourself, you know.
Destroy a person's life. And that is what social media is doing. If you notice,
crab in a barrel mentality.
They have some people
No.
them. And
the Bible said that they that exalt themselves will be abased.
Yes, and you know what? It is very clear that the Jamaican people are turned off by their style of politics. Me one of them have eyes can't see it.
But you know not what I think, you know, is that when I look at this coming up, I think people must come out and vote so that we do not get Mark Golding in there. If they change Mark Golding and want to give that person another a try, well, fine. But for this man, I don't see the quality of a prime minister in him.
No.
I'm seeing Jamaica, if they put him in, Jamaica is going to be in trouble from head to toe.
May I tell you? Are them the time the people
quality, the quality
visa and so. Because we
oh my God.
The recycling.
So what happened to the rest? Don't have any visa and nowhere to run to. Them about suffer.
Yes, and that's why everybody have to talk now.
Why we love to suffer so? Because of green and orange. Why we love to suffer all the while? Why we cannot sit and think and know that this is not going to be good for me or my grandchildren or the children to come? Oh no, I suck this so grape.
You know, say when you look at the majority black countries them around the world, whether it be in the Caribbean region or over on the continent of Africa, you know, say a lot of these majority black countries, the black leader them around for destroy the country them, you know. But when you look in Jamaica today, Andrew now the woman see a lot of black leaders do to them country and them people, you know.
That is true.
People don't wish for tell the truth, you know, whether you're PNP, JLP or no P. Andrew now do like what they do over 80 and them something there.
Yeah, the man is focused on building the country and getting us out of the foolishness.
He might try. So the way I see them people here try to deal with it, I am so glad that people are talk out against them. The whole of we now go see foolishness and join up with it. Because them people they are wicked. All them want a power and we don't know why them have so vicious and wicked for power. You know, wait boy, I mean,
no way.
And those on the platform, I need to say to this. Jamaican people love to talk about slavery. When is it that we are going to be, what do I call it now, emancipated? Why is it that we love to talk about slavery? We love it so much that we can't even get rid of it. Every other somebody, you might have a government come in and they will tell us about, oh, we are slave people. Listen to me, our people that came here, yes, they came on a slave problem, but we were emancipated. Let us live like civilized people. Stop thinking about slavery all the while. Move up from there and let us live like civilized Jamaican people. Why we think it's hard from just grow up from those things? And Jamaican people love, especially those in the
They don't know that we are loved worldwide. We are loved. Everybody know where Jamaica is and what we stand for.
Ladies, we have to move on to the next topic on the program, but I just want to say thank you for stopping by and making a contribution. Only can stick around, and I have to jump off. Yeah. Yes, Miss Donna, thank you. Yes, no problem, thank you. So, to the people them in the comment where I say the man, time and place are rare. Yes, me agree. Say maybe him did a little too heavy upon the politics at the funeral, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna dismiss what he said. What he said is very valid, and that's the way my brain work. Me not dash out the baby with the bathtub all the while. Yes, he was a little heavy on the politics in that settings. I agree with you all. I don't think he was ill-intended, and I think what he said is valid. But yeah, some people will say, well, him shouldn't say it there, so and the argument done. No. When say valid to me, and we really need to have the conversation. You know, so I go on to Manchester, all my good parish gone to the dogs. And that brings me now to the next topic of this petition. We're supposed to come out this week on change.org. This petition, as I said earlier, was created against Bunting's possible rehiring, being a failed security minister, among other things. We in Jamaica, we must get out of this habit of recycling bad politicians. We are not going to get anywhere that way, guys. We have to identify people with the skill set to help develop the country and move the country forward in a positive direction. Not just people who want to have the prestige of being called a senator or a member of parliament or a prime minister, or who want to on the news in a prime time every night and in the newspaper and want diplomatic documents. No, we have to stop that. We're not idiots, We can identify people with the skills and the right mindset and the political will to do what is right by the people to move the country forward. So in this petition, which I absolutely agree with, one of the most pressing issues in our country for the past, I would say 30 years maybe, yes, about the past 30, 35 years is crime. So if we want to know, look at the crime situation and the status we have faced and put back somebody there who does not have a record of significant performance, where do we want to see the country go? It cannot be forward. It must be backward. You hear what Kamala Harris' campaign slogan is? We are not going back. And as a people, we must not go back. So I am going to be sharing this petition when it come out this week on this platform and every platform, because this no make sense. I'm sure there are other people in the country who are capable, right? And can do the job of security minister. Peter Bunting is not fit to be the national security minister. In getting chance already, and him not have nothing for sure. What we can say, yeah, bring him back. It don't make sense, guys. And the people voted him out for a reason. Now let me go to this gentleman in South Manchester. The man here, when him Robert Chin. Let me just tell him the truth. And Labour rights so can carry that one ever give the Prime Minister. It better on tell a man I send a run back, you know. Honest to God. You see? I know everybody will come about politics are good politicians. Politics is about the people. Recently, there was an organized demonstration against this man. Bunting them organized demonstration against him. But in the same breath, you have a member of parliament in Robert Chin who is not very efficient, not very responsive. There are members of parliament who will say, I do some good work, you know. But I know all of them. I know not just in the JLP alone. Looking at my Golden constituency. So when me that say, for this money, me that say the government must just encourage him, don't run back. Make somebody else go on there and start do some work. Truthfully speaking. And my parish this, you know. And I am not saying this to say that the people they must choose Bunting, because Bunting has already been rejected by the people because he's not a good representative. All he wants is power. I am not saying that to say that Peter Bunting must replace him, like when them pay the people them for go protest and talk. But the people them deserve good representation. You see the man who lost the chin, me don't even want to disparage him, you know. But you see some of them people when they come in politics, them come in politics and come take side with people who are fight against other people. That is their focus. Their focus is not on the people and their issues. Their focus is not sticking with the people, meeting with the people regularly, explaining to the people what is happening in the parliament, what is causing them to not be seeing this happen or that happen. They're not about that life. They're not about that style of politics. They're about going into politics, and if they see somebody a fight against somebody, then go join it, and that costs them dearly. Now, if you look at these numbers, you will see say Robert Chin didn't really win by a lot, you know. So Peter Bunting lose by almost 2,000 votes. That's a lot. That's a decisive loss. And the people spoke. Robert Chin won by less than 1,000 votes. I know what if I vote that to me. And then now when you compound this with his performance, because me hear things, you know. Moderator, please to take out this low life here when name O'Neill Azan. I must have Bunting look a boyfriend. Take him from out of the comment for me, please, and thanks. I must see him did in the house when him James and I know Bunting don't report him for what he do to his son. O'Neill, take him out of the comment, moderator. We don't want them over here. If you can't draw we out. Because we talk up some things and no business, you know. Miss Love. The when me I talk about here, so it's not no if and or maybe. It is what I'm being told by credible people. When you just come out here, come pick on people, you know. When you just come out here and put up people here, so you know, politicians have feelings too, you know. So when you just come out here for, you know, deal with people wicked and them something, they know. From good source me hear. People who live there. So that is the situation. Some MPs in a Jamaica do some good work. Actually, I don't really want to call up nobody name, you know. But you have some members of parliament who are do some very good work. And we want to applaud and commend those people because we don't want to make it seem like, say, all of the politicians them are bad, you know, because that's not true. You have some of them who them coming at it for do the right thing. Bunting lose by over 2,000 votes. Nobody now look on him. And I don't think South Manchester people them, even if them have a problem with the current MP, will go and take up Bunting who lost by 2,000 votes next door. That no makes sense. But I think these political leaders, the one them will have sense, when them a pick up people to represent the people, they must identify people with work ethic, people with people skills, and people with a plan. And it doesn't matter to me how much Chinua win by. What I am talking about right now is his performance, according to the people who live there. So, I don't know. I feel like say he need to have a meeting with him boss. He need to have a meeting with him boss, and him boss need to go meet with the people and assess the situation. Guys, if you don't want to come up in the box, don't forget that the link is right here. You can come up and speak, or you can call the phone line. Thank you, Miss Prudence. You know, me can't hold my mouth sometimes. I have to cuss them, you know. Guys, you remember
Nat,
last night? Yes, darling.
I missed something because my thing went out. You were talking about a petition.
Yes.
When you said it is gonna come out, and where would we be able to find it?
This week is supposed to come out and change.org.
Change.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The petition
All
is
right.
about Peter Bunting wanting to come back as security minister. The people them say
So
him get,
how many signatures are they looking for?
I don't know. When time me come out, me
Okay.
have a share it over here.
Okay.
When all I who did there last night, you remember Liz was saying that in order for the crime to go down, we must not import no weapons of destruction in the country. And that includes the firearm them and the bullet them. Now look what the observer put out today. Jesus Father. Look what the observer put out today. Ammo shortage. Security firm facing crisis as US arms embargo on Jamaica takes a toll. As so fast it happen? Gun dealers call for urgent action as stockpiles run dry. And this we are talking about over here last time. I wonder if the gleaner they over here listen and go get the the data and come publish this. What do you think? Are the same exact thing we talk last night? I say, well, I actually say, even if we don't have the weapon them are coming out the country for 15 years. Because she said for 15 years, we must ban the weapon them from coming out the country. So me I say, what about the one them were already there? How long is it going to take to get rid of those so that we can see, you know, an impact on the level of crime? I'm frightened today. Somebody send this come give me say, look over Gleaner. The same thing we were talking about last night. So I guess we can say kudos to the United States. What the heck took them so long? Security firms facing crisis as U.S. arms embargo. And a long time this fear, man.
My problem with that though, Nats, is that this ammunition shortage is not only going to affect the criminals we don't want the ammunition in their possession. It is also, and as the paper says, it is also going to affect the security firms and these people who need to do their jobs.
Yes,
So
yes.
that is my concern with this. And also, please remember that when this embargo is in place, and it seemed to already be in place, they are only sending, because the US is not openly sending ammunition to the criminals. They are openly sending it to our security, details and so on. So that's where my concern comes in. So what's going to happen now? The sources that the criminals normally get their thing from might not be affected. And if they are not affected and the security forces are affected, then the criminals are going to have more resources than our security forces, and then that is still going to be an issue.
Well, you're making a valid point. Very valid too. The thing about it is Jamaica also has a role to play in all of this, meaning that if the United States is putting down the embargo, what is our job? When we say our job, may I talk about our political people them. What is their job now? For them job to make sure say them are secure our borders, To make sure say the people them who in the underworld, the criminal underworld, them now use other avenues to bring in the thing them. You understand what I say?
Yes,
No, there has
I'm
there
getting.
has to be a way. There has to be a way for the security apparatus of the country to be able to secure the country. How them are gonna get around that? Me no know. Them have to go sit down and talk to the US. Me no know. But listen, in the grand scheme of things, me find this to be a very good thing because
Another country.
something have to do. Something have to be done. What do you think in the comments, people? What do you think about this? Liz must have gone her bed. But Liz, last night, for all who never over here last night, Liz said Jamaica need to ban the influx of weapons for 15 years. 15 years. So, make we see how this will go. We see how that one here go. What else me did want to show no? Oh, want to remember that poll here? When Dan Anderson say 38% of Jamaicans intend to vote in local government election. And then it turned out that the turnout was what, 29.6%, I think. Yeah. So he was a bit off with that.
That's not a bit nuts. That's a lot.
Oh God, man.
He was
It's
that he was he wasn't within that margin of error at all.
and that
So
means just I
it's
was
a
say,
lot.
what's his margin of error again?
Like three.
Mister Dan and this, Mr. Dan and this is not easy. You know, say Dan and this tell Bunting say he might go beat Peter Phillips and beat Andrew Hollis. Dan and this in a ramp, you know, and him stand by and pull them to, you know. Father
It's
God.
a classic case. It's a
Yes,
classic case.
most certainly.
We just have to, whatever Don puts out, we just have to take it with um
A grain of
you
salt.
can't even use one, no, not one grain. Nuts. If you use one grain, you still gonna have upset stomach.
Jesus, Father.
Forget a spoon of salt, on the side.
But this is
Because
bad going.
that's way off.
Uh-huh.
That's way
38%.
off. But I think he told the PNP the other day that they were up in the polls all of 11% ahead.
That means that them,
So
no, that means they are
uh,
1% then.
go going into the low or going into the by-election the other day, um, in Santander,
Mm,
and I mean they didn't go ahead and contest it. If I was 11% ahead, there's no seat that I would be scared to contest
exactly. Exactly. Listen, if Dan
because
Anderson say a black
I
out,
know I would win.
if Dan Anderson say a black
White.
is white. Yes. But
Yeah,
look on this
it's true.
story. Look at this story, guys. This woman went to work in the garbage business. She used to be a practical nurse. 42-year-old. She says she's challenging the societal stereotype and perception. What do you think about this? She left the medical field to go work in the garbage business, from healthcare to garbage collector. I don't know anybody who would do that.
She very well might be making more money.
She could be. She
It
could be.
and and what I know you are in the health sector. I
Mm-hmm.
have never worked in the health sector, but based on, like friends I have and relatives who do
Mm,
it, it is a very demanding and stressful job. I believe her job at in the garbage, what do you call it, waste management.
yes.
I believe her job there, when the evening comes or whatever or whenever a shift is finished and she goes home,
Mm-hmm.
that that's it.
It's
She can go
definitely less
relax and
stressful.
whatever until her next shift. So I think it's quite possible that she could be earning more money and she also could be
Less
much
stress.
happier.
Mm-hmm. That's
Mhm.
true. It's true. No doubt about it.
So I don't use those things to judge anybody.
And if
Like,
that's the case, you know, I mean, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just about being happy and content because not everybody can manage it. Healthcare is a very physically and mentally demanding field of work. Some people them do it better than others, you know, and it's just when it comes down to work, I feel like is what make you content and happy at the end of the day, you know. I mean, there's nothing worse than when you go to work and you hear people say, "I hate being here," you know, or if you dread going to your work.
That's true, Nats.
Yes.
I've been in healthcare for over 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Very demanding and stressful. Can be. So if she's happy, that's good. Good for her. That's good for her. So anybody has any thoughts on what the outcome will be
Mm-hmm.
with the
What butter her bread?
yeah, that's true.
Mm.
That is so true. What are your thoughts on this ongoing matter regarding the Prime Minister and you know the opposition about the Integrity Commission and all of them something there? I mean, I see this end well, guys. Like the Integrity Commission between them and the opposition. I'm a want to know too. Me and the opposition talk say,
You
Andrew,
gone another bag of worms now?
Lord Jesus, me have to talk about it. Me and the opposition I say Andrew only is one of the 8 people them. So all they know say 7 more other people under investigation. A whole heap of question for answer. Good night, moderator.
Good night, good night, good night. Absolutely.
Good, what's up?
Yeah, let's jump to another segment of the program and what will be the
You know,
outcome.
you say all 82
I
need to be in it.
what was the initial plan based on all that is coming out. What will be the outcome is, it can, I don't want to predict an outcome, but this thing, I must say, it leaves a sour taste in a whole heap of people's mouth. It divides the country because the debates are out there on social media, in the streets, in the workplaces, and a lot of intellectual dishonesty is being spewed all over, especially on social media. Yeah.
Worldwide.
And when you listen to some people talk, you can know them not read the report. Yeah? You can know them not do no form of fact checking, nothing. Them just run with what is being spewed from a certain corner and then just run with it and push it. Yeah? Because even this argument was 28 bank account where them keep on a spread 28 bank account, 28 bank account. Yeah? It has been broken down. The man have 9 personal accounts. And he have a couple of accounts that they left dormant to not use. Which, he should have declared them, but because he never used them, probably feel like he never did declare them. Yeah? Because he never actually closed them out. What enough people don't understand, me, in company and individual, the individual as the individual have their own account, companies have their account. You can, even though a film company, you can say a film account in the sense that the entity, the company itself is an entity unto itself. Right? And based on the little that me understand of this thing, if you do trading of stocks and bonds and stuff, oftentimes financial institutions recommend or require you to have an account for them kind of transaction. Yeah? If you have
It's too
stocks and stuff, you have to open an account to deal with that.
Yeah, it's a very touchy, complicated kind of situation.
Yeah, touchy, but I'm say people don't understand them just grab on to this thing about 28 bank account, 28 bank account. As I hear one somebody say, a man can have 28 bank account and the next man have 2 and the man have 2 bank account have far more money in his account than the man have 28.
Yeah? You see, what it will come down to, is who the Jamaican people trust. And that it will come down to, Maybe look at tribalism I got in it too.
That is on at play where people are spew lies knowing that they are telling lies, but because they know so the average people out there running really think critically and deep enough. People will grab it and run with it, and that is what is at play. Yeah?
Yeah. So what do you think the people them are going to trust?
No, you know. So the outcome of it, hard to predict. But for those watch and see, you know.
So what are they now? The rest of people, them Mark Golding, him not certified yet. So suppose the IC come back and say sitting wrong with him. Yeah.
No, well,
Lord Jesus.
Jamaica 4-on-1 today, and she asked some questions, you know. She asked some questions too, because as well is out there in the public, out of the whole House of Parliament and the Senate, I think it's like just 2 persons who are already certified.
Lord Jesus.
You know, why so much time and resources are being expended to just focus on the Prime Minister alone, when almost the whole houses are on him being checked out and not yet certified.
Somebody in the comments say, who tell the best lies will win. You think so the people them are idiot? Boss J.A. Remember, so we live in a time of fact checking, you know.
Not everybody had the fact checking, so because when we know the streets and the workplace, barber shops and stuff, and we hear the conversation, there are some people who, as I say, listening to them reason it and tell so them don't read not even a page out of the whole report.
Most people haven't read it. It's 170 pages.
Huh?
Most people have not read it because it is 170 pages.
Yeah, that's nice, but them just go with where people are.
I didn't know, brain. What you have to worry about when they get Kentucky Fried Chicken and little money.
Oh, Jesus. What a situation.
This politics come down to. We should have there and assess the 2 sides and
may I tell you upon policy?
I listen to the policies and programs that them come to the people. We should not break down, you know, and say what sound feasible and what sound feasible.
But why the government, why the members of the government not come out, come say them something there? Come say this is what we should be talking about and this is what the people care about.
No, but listen, we have to understand it. We have to understand. The government even coming out and say that. Remember, you know, the ball already are play in a certain pattern already, you know. One goal in and in followers that despite them putting it out there, so the country are going in the wrong direction and this nothing go right in the country. Them know. So the government have a lot where them can campaign on. So in order to counter that, you have to resort to the propaganda. You have to push something negative in the people and them ride with the negative instead of coming to the people with feed them plans and, you know, try to sell them plans to the people. Right? That is what it's supposed to. We should have there. Remember for me, just a bit. Me I said to you, Mark come pull a stunt when him come with the attack. And instead of sticking to him budget speech and the plans where he would have put forward. We should have break down the 2 budget speech now and say, well, you know, more catchy. And the same player come back, and the same playbook you might use, where you come with the propaganda and the negative and the whole country divided, you know, because half of the country, I say, Andrew a thief and half a defend the Prime Minister credibility and all of that. And that it boils down to, so nobody not focus on no program, no plans, no policy.
Lord Jesus, right? Man.
And that it come down to, it's just a dirty ball game, you know, you come from
a long time I don't see them in style of politics, do you know? Please,
some of your players and start kick down some money in the game.
May I tell you? No, sir. Even when it was, I've already shown you guys when it was Andrew Holness versus Portia. We never seen a personal attack. We hear about policy direction of the country, blah blah blah.
from the time when Bruce and Portia did run off, we did see a difference in the discourse in the politics.
True.
Politics kind of change. A bit honest, we start to people are dance with people in a different procedure in the street, and you know, body they all are one bar and drink, and I say, oh, we are going to take that one here, we are going to this or that. But the bit honest, when we start right up in a people.
A dangerous thing I go on now. Dangerous. Because even, you know what is so sad? When Dr. Phillips did mention about Andrew Honest house, you know, a lot of PNP people, the same one them, they know what call Andrew Thief, you know. Mark them, you know, Bunting them. Remember one time? Yes, I remember one time Bunting tell little bit of blood. If you go out there, go talk, say Peter Phillips, yeah, I read, and them sitting there. And oh, even the same Bunting go say, fear their house. All upon a sudden, Andrew Thief. Mirror to do well.
Speech of Peter Bunting, because say, me have my big house too. So me have business with that one big house.
Yes. So how all upon a sudden, them never have no question for ask the man about him house, but no, the man thief, the man corrupt, the man wicked. Jesus, Father.
Another thing I need to ask, I don't know if nobody else notice it, but even though them did push this the whole illicit 8 argument, you realize, I don't know if you notice or nobody in the chat notice, you realize that from the whole budget debate from Nigel Clark, I mentioned so that they're going to upload the transcript from the FinSac report and put it out to the public. You notice from that, Mark Golden whole demeanor change. Them just start get aggressive and attack wicked from then until now.
Look, you know, say a good source tell me say Mark Golden and Peter Bunting are very, very worried about that FinSac report. And you know what? I don't support any politicization of that report by the government. If they are going to put the report to the people, put the report to the people and don't politics with it. The people them sick and tired of them something there.
Politicization, if you understand, remember, over 2 successive administrations, the report was supposed to be tabled. One, in one instant, they come up and then they ask for more money. And they must say, no, them get a certain amount of money or them not pay no more money. The couple of them I think few of the commissioners sit on the FinSac commission. They pass away. So then they say they couldn't finish. And only for Rigmar was in it. So you know that people been a call feet. So you know that if I put it to bed, the finance minister I'd say I go upload the transcript them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the whole anybody who have interest can go peruse it. Yeah? And from the announcement they make, you start see a whole heap of aggression coming from Mark Golden.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
A whole heap of things that where you know, them no want to come to the public for, especially coming into a general election, and I feel that's why they are pressed so.
And that's one of the reasons, yes, Electro. That's one of the reasons why they need to get that election, and they need to win it. They need to win it, because what happened, you know, is not that the thing. If it's not uploaded before, they would if they're in there and ruling, they would ensure that it is not uploaded.
Them wouldn't want
you don't have control.
There's a lot of them going on the public.
They would not want the public to see that.
On another program to Miss Yola Baker. And some things that lady said, you know, bring tears to my eyes.
Miss Yola Baker, are the lady what is say Bunting to repent?
The who?
The woman who said Bunting for repent over the Finsack something.
Your voice going on out kind of left me a bit.
Okay, I said, is it the woman who said that Bunting must repent over the Finsack something?
Yes, I think it's her. Yeah, she was on Chops Media doing a live interview since that.
Okay. I would like to see her.
Only for things that they were, you know. And then some people lose them house and businesses and people business get offload to people's friends for little and nothing. People don't buy back all them house and them businesses and them sell other people for less than what the people are doing for pay feet and all of them things. So I would say I will leave this report or the transcript of the report that them know people for be aware of before the next election. And I feel that's what sparked so much aggression from Margot.
You know, say, hey. You say for me like the government, I swear to God, I don't know who want to do it. Put up some billboard around the country but with Finsack and what do you man? Put them up in every town center and remind the people them.
Run them all over the place so people are walking on the street and can see.
We are not going back. That more fear the Jamaica people them start saying we are not going back. Stop from recycle the failed politician them cause if that we are gonna do, we're not at them can never gonna end up like 80. If we keep on and recycle it, the failed politician.
The thing with this administration, you see, them are playing nice, no one getting on the dirty political game, but I mean, you see, say your opponent play dirty.
They need to start campaigning on what they've done that is positive and give the people an explanation as to, why certain expectations have not been met.
Yeah, I mean, they need to step it up. You know what I say? People follow media kind of see and know certain things, but they need to step it up, put it on the eyes of the people more. You know? In the mirror a bit more.
Because the truth is, nobody not pay mark them no mind, because all them matter about resign, we like, no.
The intellectual dishonesty, I drown out all of the positives because, I mean, we've been at that thing a long time. There are a lot of paid bloggers on the social media networks just out there spew the negatives. And we know that there's a circle of them that are being paid.
Trust me. Trust me.
You see them
and them a work on them story. Wait till them bust out.
And when them cut against one another, you hear how much money they might get paid. Lord Jesus.
The opposition leader has a lot of reasons why he needs to win this election, because remember he also has Sylvia to free,
No, I have to take my things back alive.
Yeah, he has quite a lot to do. He has promised much, and people are depending on him.
You know,
he has
night,
people to put into the Senate. He has people to give roles.
You know,
he has people to free from prison.
Why style, last night I think and I say I want to talk directly to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Because I want to ask the JC if them interview. No, for sure. They're supposed to interview him.
I would say politics deep seated in Jamaica in a sense, so you have to wonder sometimes because, even the investigation, they would just, we know the matter in the court and all, but we just hear nothing, we not get no update. When are the next court date again? Remember, it put off on that time. When is the next court date?
No, I don't remember if I put off. I know say the man go for bail and then deny the bail. And the people then protest outside of the Supreme Court saying, no bail for Sylvia. No bail. Jesus, Father. But on a serious note, I want to ask you, JCF, if them interview Mark Golden for coming out and saying the things that he said, because he needs to be asked. No, they want to go contact because me ask them, is a campaign coming up? The campaign name, did you interview Mark Golden, Justice for Melissa? Because it need to be asked, who told you about her death? What did they tell you?
Yeah, we need to step that up, but as I say, there's a watch and notice, you know. Yeah? The every time something come up where if ask no question or the opposition or if them make no mistakes, see, on certain things, them shift to something else. Them always try to shift the pressure from themselves, you know. Remember the other day when the talking point was Mark and him dual citizenship and this and that, and you know, them are going at the make preparation for going at them conference. And out of the blues, when Parliament is on recess, all of a sudden the Integrity Commission submit a report to Parliament when it's out of session.
And we're not hear nothing more about the Republic again. That the argument that we're not hear nothing more about. Hey, me I tell you, say no man. When people go for hold back a country, you know, sir, so wicked people them, you know.
Just there are distractions, you know.
We're not hear nothing more about the Republic.
The pressure upon the Prime Minister. So every time the goalposts change, you know. Them come up on the massive bank account.
And that's why them get into the parlor so the things slow down.
If the reason all the while to keep the talking points over this. Yeah. Today I talk to the I highlight what happening at the church, right?
Yeah.
Pastor dropped down. And we are talking about that. The week before that incident happening at the church, you don't get a whole heap of talking point like this incident.
Which one?
You talk about it, you know. But
the man is so pray against this grace.
Across the other platforms are in the news.
Which pastor? The pastor was saying pray against this grace?
We wanted Andrea Moore husband.
Oh. Well.
Nobody not talk about it. You know, nobody talk about it. As this happen now, it's a big talking point. One set up put a spin on it and say, Andrew Demon, this, that and him for repent, and excess set I say, boy, the pastor play point. So you see, people use what suits them to make talking points. Right? Nobody not talk about what happened down at Portland the weekend before. I must really highlight it. One and two people post back some video upon them social media pages, but this will happen now is a bigger talking point.
What happened down at Portland?
And Andrea Moore husband did.
Oh.
I see how them disenfranchised, you know, every time some opportunity open them marginalized.
Boy.
And they look up in the ceiling and all about and him face look like if him could have jogged the man from up off of the pulpit, him would have do it. Angela, they look in this place.
And them bully the man for come put statement to take out their name all time. Yeah, and grief, you know. Lord Jesus. They not no heart.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say, look for now and in the week again. You see the goalpost shift again. They switch the argument again and come up with something else again.
Me and Mark Golden said something. Me and Mark Golden said something in his prepared speech outside of the Parliament. Him said that Anytime a no confidence vote is moved, or anytime there's a no confidence, him say, the governor general supposed to dissolve the parliament. So somebody, someone want vote.
Intellectual dishonesty, no.
Mark Golden acting like somebody under Upwork. Just
Yeah.
a flashing finger. Just a flashing finger. All
Yeah,
right, what
it's
next? What next? What
urgent. It's
next? All
urgent.
right,
The other man want
this
him
is not
money.
working. This is all right. This didn't work. What next? This didn't work. Okay, all right. Let me do that then. It just all over the place, and it just look desperate and stupid.
So hold on, you know.
The numbers where they go on inside of all them would just choose among themselves somebody else.
So wait there. Oh, it go. Him said the governor general supposed to dissolve the parliament.
No, it wouldn't necessarily would have to dissolve because the governing party have the majority. So the prime minister have to step down, the deputy prime minister would have to step up, or the government caucus select among themselves, from themselves, somebody to step up as leader.
God have mercy.
Mark Golden doesn't care about that. Mark Golden wants an election now. So he is searching through the Constitution with the help of the IC to see what's the clause that he can come up with, that he can use to ensure that the election is called. And that's all that he wants, is for the election to be called. You don't notice what he's focusing on?
Is what they're banking on, an early election.
Because that's what they announced.
True,
there will be an early election. That's what they said.
But them,
because they thought that upon the receipt of the IC report, based on what they were told or based on what they saw in it before it was tabled, they saw where they could use this part or this part, to get this done. It didn't work out as planned, so now they are dissecting it and saying, all right, let's go again.
Boy,
and that's all that's happening.
One election. Lord Jesus.
So desperate for the election to be called. So desperate for Andrew Holness to step down. What is the urgency? It's just a few months. All right, let's say a year away. Why can't you wait 1 year?
Forget them thing together. But yet them push your early election.
Look here, the PMP not ready for no election. Let me go fix them party and left Jamaica people business alone.
They absolutely aren't ready. They don't ready not. No form. No way they are ready. They just want it because they think that they have a strategy to win.
A good showing, so that's why I'm push early election.
Mark Golden is the first leader of the opposition party who cannot get majority of the people to support him.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of election am ready for?
Well, I mean, I said I use
Mark thinks that the people they are paying on social media and the people who live in jungle are making any traction.
That's why I'm resort to vibes fans and Bojo fans and LA Lewis fans and police fans.
We don't mix our music and our politics. We don't mix our music and our politics. We can say Gaza and say JLP.
So look more from
we
this.
don't mix our music and our politics.
Look
so
more from this. The people them don't want you not from dancehall again. Because the dancehall is too. I mean, it's not like these artists are going to these events speaking to the people directly about their political views. They will never vote, okay? They don't vote.
funds, but you have funds and you have funds, you know.
Influencing around the place now.
People we jump up and down to artists with them music and stuff, but when it comes on to politics, you have some people not play them politics.
No, we not mix dancehall with politics. That's foolishness. But what may I say, look more from this, nobody no want hear nothing from dancehall again. Because these dancehall artists, them come stand up like figurine in the politics, not saying anything.
Yeah, but I mean, as I say, it only can appease a certain type of people. You can't. First thing I would say, if somebody who is driven by, policies and, things that people come to them with, you can't bring gimmick to convince them.
No, sir.
Yeah, people who have them stance where them have hardline party lineage, you never can influence them. Yeah, the people who sit on the fence, who not really take no side and, go off what is presented to them. You have to turn off even more of them because, I mean, the people them who vote based on what presented to them or what them sit down and observe over time. Seeing this sit out turn off now.
Boy, may I tell you.
It's not going to bring up plus, The plus will bring out a little hype up at the conference, but I mean, undecided voters, what them all do, they get up and vote because cartel cannot support. That's not
But cartel not have the influence like when we used to have 13 years ago. A different time now,
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm going to have influence, but on who?
Me don't know. Influence.
I believe is more of a negative it is more of a negative on the party than a positive. And here's why I said that. Here's why I said that. The JLP supporters, nobody who is a JLP supporter by, as their base is not going to say, oh, I am not going to vote JLP because cartel is promoting PNP. No, not one. Right? Over at the PNP, whoever was going to vote for PNP, unlike cartel, still going to vote for PNP, and they were going to vote for PNP before cartel. But there are some people who were probably undecided or so on, who would say no, but this, you understand? And you have people like, the police, teachers, and so on, who would think that Cat is a criminal or a bad influence and so on. And so morally, they're not going to support a party who is supporting somebody like that.
I said this election is going to be the most. This is the most important election of our time. When I ask somebody that.
That is true.
It is going to be important. And one last thing before I go. Based on that, I say it's going to be very important because, as I say, if at the end of this judicial
and all well-thinking, upstanding Jamaicans need to go out and vote. So these people not decide with faith.
Yeah. They do some things acted out outside of them powers or whatever. Whichever way, as I say, it will have implications on the next election. No doubt about that. So we have to just sit back and wait for this judicial review, yeah. And we never know where things are going from then.
Yes, true. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, man. Most welcome. Good night.
Yeah, man.
Everyone on the panel and blessings to the people in the chat.
Yes, we'll catch up. Thank you.
All right.
East Portland say cartel can and will win over young people vote. East Portland, top front talk foolish in our chat. Tappy. Cartel cannot influence the people as he was able to 13 years ago. Cartel has gotten older. The people who him used to influence, they've grown older by a decade and 3 years. The youth, them know where come
Who
up.
does East Portland call young people?
Me
Young
not
people
know.
don't know cartel. What age group does he refer to as young people?
Me not even know. East Poland, come up in our box or call the program. Come explain yourself because the young people them know. Like say, me not gonna say my daughter age group because she has 16. Me I talk about the 20 to 30-year-old group. Or let's 20 to 30, is that fair? Yeah, I guess we could say that. 20 to 30-year-old. Cartel can't influence them people there. I don't think
Nope.
so. As a matter of fact, when you look at the crop of dancehall artists today, which one of them you would have said more influential or can win over the youths? Most of them I don't even know. Tell you the truth.
That's what I was gonna say. I can't help you with that one. I don't know them. I just know cartel is not one of them.
The young people them know, you know what them influence?
Mm-hmm.
Social media. They know business about individual more than so. They remember them have them own platform now, you know. Them have their own space now where they can express themselves. Them not need nobody for them not need to follow back on no artist. That's why I say a different time now. Totally different time now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, young people they have more freedom to, you know, they're busy trying to build their own base. They don't have time to be following up and be something there. East Portland, explain yourself what you mean before we come off of this tonight. See, John Black accusing you of drinking. I must see the blue juice you drink. And the blue juice. Oh, Jesus. In my 20s, and I'm sure none of these dancehall artists can influence me. Shay, in your 20s, so Shay, like how you would have more know them nowadays, dancehall artists. Tell us, which one of them dancehall artists you feel can influence young people in Jamaica today? Me I come from 90s dancehall time. Most young people not voting. That's true. And that's one of the problems too, is that we listen, I am not the type of person who will say, sit it out and don't vote. No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you get a little bit of vote and landslide victory. I know one good something. Everybody must participate. Because if you don't, first of all, if you don't participate, you're not on attack. You're not on attack.
Mm-hmm.
So people must participate. So the political parties and leaders, they should be trying to mobilize the youths.
That missing.
Yeah. But they not do that. All them do attack each other. And the youths, them just tune them out. East Portland say, I am over in East Portland and I am a laborite. I am doing poll. Every day I ask question. Okay. The upper class and middle class need to vote and stop watching them TV waiting for result, hoping them party will win. Donovan, very good comment. Very good comment. I'm hearing so many people today speaking
100%, Donovan.
directly. Yes, a lot of people today
Yeah.
are speaking directly to the
Truth
middle
there.
class and the upper class people of Jamaica. They always want to sit it out and then they point their fingers and blame the poor. Many a times we see them do it, you know. Then sit it out. And then when the poor people them come make some decision, either based on vote buying, transferring a vote and all kind of they have
Mm-hmm.
come pine on the people them and blame the people them and them not do
When
nothing.
poor people make poor decisions, then
Mm-hmm.
they act like they didn't know that poor people were going to make poor decisions. Get up and make your decision yourself. You cannot depend on people to make a decision for you.
Everybody has a role to play. In the same way, I can't sit home November 5th and then know if Trump
Mm-hmm.
who me go cuss. Me never go there to vote. So I got to. Now if me go there go vote and him win, no, me can't cuss. Me can't cuss people who go vote for him.
And poor people, no means
Yeah.
them are gonna not gonna do the right thing. Are the illiterate.
True. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. We'll wrap it up now. Tomorrow, Lord Jesus. Every new week, me dread it. Dread the new week in a Jamaica politics. Because I be arms all scan done.
Always a keep. Mm.
Anyway, ladies, thank you for your participation. It's always a lot of men up here. Tonight at the ladies' them night. So thank you guys for your participation. And thank you to our friends in the chat who have been engaging. Um, let me see. So guys, to do a recap, we talked tonight about the Archbishop. The people in my deal with the Archbishop wicked. Want to hear our position over here. And all we agree still, but I think we're all of the opinion that well, I'm not gonna say we, because people have may I read the comment them and some people have different viewpoint, but I don't think the Archbishop meant any harm, and I don't think the Prime Minister really took any offense to it. Sometimes you have to know time and place, you know. But you know what? We cannot expect the religious community to speak up. We often see the church quiet, you know? And then when them talk now, everybody want to come down on them. We can't do that. I agree that maybe that setting, you know, it was a little touchy, but I mean, it is what it is. He said some valid things, and it is what it is. And I don't know what is happened to him, but I wish him a speedy recovery, whatever it is, you know.
Nats,
Eh?
I heard somebody say that he is diabetic and he had not
Eating anything?
eaten
Oh,
right, and so his sugar went too low. So that's
okay.
what happened. So I guess he had to get I don't know, his insulin or something.
That's
So
possible. Mm.
yeah, so that's what I heard.
Well, we wish him a speedy recovery. I guess we'll hear more, you know, if and when he makes his recovery or otherwise. Yeah. So catch up tomorrow, lifestyle, and the crew.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes. The next time you're absent for 4 days, you know, we're gonna give you one expulsion notice.
Hey,
Absent for
that's me job asleep for night. You want to see me at daytime and daytime me have to listen.
you know, say school.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
So no, me I
God.
go get all demerit. Mm-mm.
Ah, Jesus. All right, then we'll catch up. Have yourselves a good night, guys. Take
Mm.
care.
Deep grief, there is great love. We are all grieving to different degrees. we will admit that we are also grieving for our nation, which seems to have lost its way socially, economically, ethically, and politically. We grieve as we observe and are affected by the consequence of crime and violence, the mass murders that are becoming fashionable. And
man a man. Man must stand up like man. Man must act like man. Man must behave like man. Man must take decision like man. Eh? You weak jellyback. Oh, gee.
It is a joining of the most formidable movement, political movement in Jamaica. This is the movement of the people of Jamaica. To put our country first. Country first before party. Country first before political ambition.
Move out my way.
No way we can ever support this guy to be in such an important role. And so
it is a joining of the most formidable movement, political movement in Jamaica. This is the movement of the people of Jamaica. To put our country first. Country first before party. Country first before political ambition.
Move out my way.
no way we can ever support this guy to be in such an important role. And so if it takes speaking at a Democratic convention to beat him, to get my party back, to get my country back, then so be it. That's what I'm willing to do.